Those are really our top two people, and both of those men walked the picket line with our workers this past fall. They've always been there for working class people, so we'll see.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
The UAW has weighed in on the Veep stakes, and I told you that last week that the reporting was pretty indicative that the two top choices for VP among unions were Beshear and Walz. Well, unions in Minnesota released an open letter last week that said, in part, Walz is a former high school teacher, football coach, and member of Education Minnesota, the state's union of educators. As governor, he has been an ally of working families. He gave educators raises by increasing education spending by billions of dollars, enacted paid family and medical leave for all families, provided unemployment insurance to hourly school workers, expanded the collective bargaining rights of Minnesotans, provided free school meals to every Minnesota student, appointed a labor lawyer to lead the State Department of Labor and Industry, signed a tough law against wage theft by corporations and developers, and made it illegal for employers to force working people to attend anti-union meetings. So there's some other stuff that Walz has done, I think, generally that would be looked on well by unions and progressives and left-wing people more generally. And so that's one of the reasons that and also he is not like offensive to kind of the mainstream of the Democratic Party. And so there's really a lot of, and actually some reporting just came out that I think yesterday the reporting came out that Nancy Pelosi is favoring Walz and is lobbying for him. So, Walz heads are feeling good right now. But this letter was signed by Bernie Burnham, which is a very funny name, and Brad Leto. Bernie Burnham is president of the Minnesota AFL-CIO, and Brad Leto is secretary-treasurer of the Minnesota AFL-CIO. It was also signed by other unions and other AFL-CIO labor council, and I think probably not coincidentally, the AFL-CIO National Federation sent out an email to all state federation and CLC leaders. I'm on those emails because I'm president of the Labor Council here, reminding us that we're not allowed to go out of step with the National Federation on national and international issues. So I think that was, literally like the next day this email goes out. So I think Bernie Burnham was getting his hand slapped a little bit there, but not really that big a deal. I don't think anybody really cares that much.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
So obviously they can't say anything about the UAW or individual affiliates making their preferences known, and that's what Shawn Fain did last week in this interview on CNN, where he makes the case for Beshear.
Look, I two names really resonate high with our union. The top name, it was Andy Beshear. I'm a huge Andy Beshear fan. I believe Andy Beshear, he's been there with us every step of the way, and then also Governor Walz in Minnesota. Those are really our top two people, and both of those men walked the picket line with our workers this past fall, and they've always been there for working class people. So, we'll see what the vice president does, and like I said, she's got to pick who she's comfortable with, but that's typically where we're leaning. So
yeah.
Supposedly, my mom hates it when my dad says supposedly with a B instead of a D, but supposedly Kamala Harris is expected to make an announcement on her VP pick by Tuesday. So we should know here in a few days who it's going to be. But yeah, unions seem to be coalescing around either Beshear or Walz. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, those are the two favorites, it sounds like. But, personally, I don't know that it makes a whole big lot of difference policy-wise. But, it is a signal. And
right.
So certainly it'd be better that someone friendlier to labor get that nod.
It's also probably it may be worth noting that, the VP picks are it's totally a DEI hire, right? Because it has to be a white guy. Gretchen Whitmer.
It seems like
Gretchen Whitmer is also a very popular governor in her state, not being considered. Wes Moore in Maryland not being considered. The only names that that are going around are these white guys. So
interesting.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.